From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Not a kicker or a puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're underway from Kansas City. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Slot man motioned over. From the 35 on 2nd down. And he's brought down for a loss. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Slot man in motion left. Jackson now on 3rd. He's on the move. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Lamar now from the gun. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs force the turnover on the first series of this game. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Yellow.
Mahomes starting off with a throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Reed now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Hits him on the in route. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Justin Reed has the INT. And the Chiefs get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Hey, 57, 57.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Jeremy Chin has got it. And the Ravens get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception and give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Stopped on the play by Big Chris Jones. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to third down and 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
That one's out and caught on the right side. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. This finds Mitchell, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
From the gun, Jackson. He's got time here. Now he's forced out. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
First down throw for Jackson. Catch made by Mitchell. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Second and 13. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Chiefs in a nickel set for this third down call. Lamar back to throw. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. 7-0 is our score. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. We'll see what they choose to do. It's fourth and real short inside the red zone. Mitchell up the middle, and he drives this forward to the 6. Only 1 yard, but when all you need is an inch or two, Brock, that'll still move the chains.
You know, it sure looked like defense had done enough to hold them on that play. But credit that first down to a good initial effort and second effort to keep fighting to go get that extra yard needed.
Play action now with Jackson. And he's got it. Had to lay out for it, but touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Kene Nwangwu. A nice return, but what a hit we had at the end of it. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Hey, yo, hey, go going. Hard on these two.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Yellow.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 40-yard line.
Where's it?
Pistol now for Mahomes. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
It's Pacheco on 3rd. And he'll get it up to the 44. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5.
Where's it?
Back to throw Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a second quarter lead. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Reed now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Now here's Lamar. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Throw on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
All right, I'll set up now. First and 10. Now it's Lamar. Complete out to the right. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Hey, report! Report!
First and 10. Here's Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Yeah.
Jackson yet again. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Hey! 13.
And again, it's Jackson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Chiefs are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Man in motion, out of the slot. First down throw, Mahomes. He fires one deep down the right. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Reed now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Mitchell on the give, headed left. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. It's the Ravens, lined up with a 2nd and 8. From the 32. Finds the in route complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down, here's Lamar. Oh no, they get him yet again! Leo Chanel makes the play. And the Chiefs are gonna have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you.
He's got it inside the 10. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Reed now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Mitchell. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, this is Mitchell. He'll work it a couple yards past the line. Derek Forrest able to make the stop. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they face 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Lamar now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
No, we changed it. Hey, middle.
Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
A gain of 30.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone now. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And he drives this forward to the 6. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Jackson's going to throw again. Touchdown, Baltimore. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want. They will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play, and he sure did.
Now the Ravens offense staying put. Look at this. They're going for 2. It's gone. And he will reach the end zone, so a perfect ending to the first half. They get a touchdown and tack on the 2-point try. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. One last play before the break.
Yellow. 15.
Back to throw it. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Wangu now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow, yellow. Easy.
They put a receiver in motion here left. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Given 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. Again, he hits the second level. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here.
Follow these two. Inside.
They'll run Pacheco. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
15. Right side.
Trying again with Pacheco. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Only 3 yards. They're going to need a much bigger play than that on a lengthy 3rd and goal.
Where you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Yellow. Hero 15.
Tight end in motion right.
Right side.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Right side.
They'll go. It's Mahomes. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential 1st down.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Hey, Ozzy. Shut up. You change it. You are A. Shut up.
Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. And they pick him off again. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. I think it's safe to say, Brock, this defense isn't just trying to defend a lead. They are trying to eliminate all doubt. And to that end, a big play to take that interception back for 6.
I think it's very easy for fans to see when an offense goes dormant and conservative and plays it safe. But defenses fight the same challenge, Cade, and kudos to that defensive coordinator. Don't be reckless, but this defense has earned the right to be aggressive.
Right side.
Mahomes throwing for 2. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Brandon Stevens has it. And the Ravens are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Oh, I love seeing this, Brock. They got surprised with the pick-6, but they made absolutely sure there would not be another 2 added on.
Yeah, kind of the epitome of sudden change, especially on such short notice. Not a lot of time to get prepped on that sideline to get out there to defend the 2-point play, but they did their job and limited the damage that came from that interception.
First and 10 now from the 30. He can't connect with him. Incomplete. Just put it a little too close to the boundary there. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down. And they pick him off again! And the Chiefs get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He's an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
A second down run by Pacheco. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Let's see what they went with on third down. Right back to Pacheco. And he's able to push forward to the 25. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on fourth down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. And he gets them down to the 9 before going out. They hit for 16 yards on fourth down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Running up the middle, Pacheco finds the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs parlay the interception into points. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Reed now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Hits his running back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up first and 10 from the 40. From the gun, Jackson. He finds Mitchell, complete. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, the big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, running back in the flat.
First down from the red zone. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Ravens shrinking the lead some in the third. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
No, we changed it. Hey, report! Report!
Again, it's Jackson to the air. And the pass succeeds. A little momentum builder as they try to dig into this deficit.
Ravens 23. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Wangu now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Yellow.
A give to Pacheco to start the drive. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run into darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Yellow. Right side.
Back to Pacheco here on 2nd. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. David Ojabo making that tackle. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9.
Right. Right side.
Pistol now for Mahomes. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Four. Right side. Right side.
Backed up in the end zone. Jackson. He's got Andrews. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So we're through 3 here. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready. Right side. Go ahead.
Lamar back to throw. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Ravens 1st down.
On 1st down, Jackson finds him over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Ready.
Lamar throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. And again, it's Jackson. Forced out to his right. And after all that, he still can't get rid of it. They get there and drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Go. Hey. Sit up.
Trying again, following the sack. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Right. Wait. Hey. Where's up? Wait.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No, we changed it.
Jackson yet again. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get it back to within 2 possessions. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Another 2-point try coming for the Ravens.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Hey, report. What is it on?
Jackson's throwing for it. And they pick him off again. Leo Chanel makes the play. And the Chiefs get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And the Chiefs cover up the kick. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Yellow.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And they bring him down around the 34. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Yellow.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Yellow.
It's Pacheco again. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Brandon Stevens has it. And the Ravens have some new life in the fourth.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Ravens need to score quickly. Third and a lone yard coming up.
Come on. Change it.
Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Throwing now. And they won't do it. That ball's incomplete on 4th down.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Fall down these two. Make it 7. What's that?
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's going deep this time. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens have some new life in the 4th. The moment you see them look to pass from this close to their own goal line, Brock, it is that defense's goal to hurry him and force a mistake just like that.
Yeah, those guys, they're so sneaky on the back end, Kate. They know the clock is being sped up. They know that the quarterback can feel those footsteps and thinking about a safety. And those defenders just wait for that rush throw, and then they step in, they deliver, and they take the ball away.
1st down. Here's Lamar. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Wangu now to return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow. 43. 43. Right side.
A give right side. Here's Pacheco. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Yellow. Right side.
Running left with Pacheco. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Right side.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Right, right.
At the 44-yard line.
Yellow. Yellow, yellow. Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday. Right side.
Running right is Pacheco. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Right side.
Now a give left side to Pacheco. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Right side.
They'll run it with Pacheco. And his short game gets them a new set of downs. Well, no louder place in Missouri or Kansas right now as the Chiefs get the win in Arrowhead. And finally, Brock, they can